finished my enrollment. And my schedule is a lot lighter now because I'm a regular student now. It took me quite a while before I could fully process that one because I don't know, I just cannot seem to tell you guys. I have known that one since what, like last year before Christmas, because our grade for biochem was already released then and I almost passed it. I think there is nothing more painful than having a subject where you just almost passed, like literally almost passed, but I did. And yes, I failed 2 subjects last sem, which is biochemistry and histology. I think I spent the last few months just fully processing it. My finals grade for the both of them was actually super duper good, like I did pass. However, it was not enough to pull my prelims and midterms disaster. And still to this day, I still cannot seem to find the right words to describe how I truly feel about failing 2 subjects because, I don't know, I'm just not used to this one. Especially my senior high self. My senior high self would not be proud of me right now. But to be fair, I don't think I regret doing what I did because I know to myself that I did everything I could to save my grades, which I think was well translated from my finals grade, because from my midterms to my finals grade, I think those 2 subjects went up by at least 5 points, so that is a big of a leap, but I just need a tad bit more than 5 to pass. That was actually my dilemma before. If ever I would just be focusing on one subject so that I would be like more sure that I would be passing that one, but I don't know, I feel like I tried to save both, knowing well that not that it is impossible, but it is extremely hard. You guys would know this one because I did not post throughout the whole entirety of our finals term, which is only 2 weeks. It was super duper fast. Everything went on by so fast. It was super duper hard. Like the whole 2 weeks, I kid you not, literally every day, I would call my parents and just cry. Okay, I only called them for a week and cried, but the whole 2 weeks I was literally crying. At the time, I felt like I was already fighting a losing battle, but I still tried my best just because what if, you know? I feel like the whole final season I was not entirely focused, even though those were the grades where I got the highest ones from, because, you know, compared to my prelims and midterms, finals was like the highest ones that I got. But I don't think I was that focused because I was pressuring myself more than anything else during that time, which I think did not help at all. Of course it did not help. It did help a bit, to be fair, because I would literally stay up until 4 or 5 just to review for examinations, a thing that I have never done during our prelims and midterms week, because I made sure before that I would still be getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep, but during our final season, an hour would already be too long for a sleep. After our university week, that was the start of our finals week. I think that was full-on quizzes, and then the next one just last minute discussions, more quizzes, more performance tasks, and then the week after that one is already our finals, like examination. Actually, both of them, if you are a highly intellectual individual, you would, you know, pass those, even though the prelims and midterms was not that bad, because I did not need like crazy grades to pass. Like I did not need anything line of 9 for me to pass, but the grades that I got during the final season was still not enough to make me pass those subjects. I wish I also have given everything, you know, during prelims and midterm season, but the question is at what cost? Because literally my mental health was compromised during my final season, which is not a funny thing. So I don't know how I'm even laughing about that right now. Is that a coping mechanism I see? Probably. And I knew to myself that there would be only 2 outcomes that could come out of it, you know, of me failing. The first option is I would just give up, shift to another program, maybe take it as a sign that I may not be meant for it. And the second one being the fact that I would just come stronger out of it, which is the path that I'm taking right now, and hopefully I would not mess up anytime soon again. So yeah, that is my story. To some extent, I did doubt myself a lot, especially during our final season. Like, is this what I'm really meant to do in life? Is this the course that I really want to take? Is this something I'm really passionate about? Those are the stuff that, you know, I was constantly thinking about during our final season. another thing which I was distracted by, because one of our profs said, if you know that the only reason why you pass this one is through a miracle, just shift. And by the time I was like, damn, would I be needing to shift now? So there was a lot of, you know, almost moments. Me almost shifting, me almost passing. I don't know which one hurts more. And I don't think it would be possible for me to say this one, because, you know, whenever I would be hearing this phrase before, I thought it was just like some sort of cliche or just an excuse for students who failed. It also depends on the prof, you know. But yeah, of course I would not be using that one as an excuse as to why I failed, but it's true. Now I understand why some people used to say that, you know, oh, it just depends on the prof. And I was like, oh no, that's just an excuse because you failed. Now joke's on me, because I experienced it firsthand. I suffered under that. It's not just an excuse of someone who failed. It does exist. But yeah, I took a lot of subjects already. Some subjects for my third year supposedly, just so that I'd be able to maximize my units this sem, because those two subjects that I failed, see, this is what bothered me also, because those two subjects were prerequisites to 7 subjects this semester. So I was not able to fully utilize the 26 or 27 units that we are allotted for this sem, but I took everything that I already could just so that I'd be able to maximize the unit. But I think I'd not have a Saturday class anymore. So this is just me looking at the brighter side of everything. I get to rest more, I get to create more, I don't know, I get to review more. But yeah, that is my life now. But definitely it doesn't end here. It doesn't end here. I know it does not end here. I've said that 3 times already. But I want to say that, and I want to really mean that, because I don't know, I feel like I've always been obsessed with, not actually perfection, but I think for the longest time I was super afraid of failure. I mean, who isn't, right? But it's just still so hard when you're not used to this, and then all of a sudden I'm already failing. Like, I do understand that my grades would not be like 90 plus anymore, like a 75 would be good. Like, I have already accepted that, but to fail 2 subjects which are prerequisites to 7 subjects, it's a lot to handle actually. But I think it also helps that I have a lot of people who are also in the same situation as I am. Yeah, we're definitely all in this together. And yeah, I'm just so happy that I was not affected by our retention policy. Our retention policy is 8.1 units, I think. If you failed 8.1 units, goodbye. Goodbye medtech dreams. Goodbye medical laboratory science. Goodbye. Again, I know that I've tried my best, but I don't know, some things happen for a reason, and the only thing that we can do with it is to learn from it, move on, and not let that, you know, take my dreams away from me. I think that is such an important thing that I'm still trying to convince myself, because I'm the type of person who just wants to get things at first click, you know. But this is definitely a lesson. But I'm not saying that you need to fail to get to learn this lesson. I did it so you would not be needing to. And yeah, if you're someone who's also experiencing the same thing, know that I'm with you. We're in this together. What matters is we not give up, and we fight for what we really want. So make sure you really want what you're going for, because that would be, you know, that's what would be keeping you alive. Not actually alive, but not literally, but metaphorically. And I know you guys understand that one already. And yes, for this TED Talk, thank you for coming. Thank you for dropping by. And I hope you guys do not shame me. Yep, that is it for this quick chit chat. I think I'll be doing a Q&A thing sooner or later, so make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't yet, because that is where I connect with you guys more. Yeah, I'd be letting you guys go for now. This has been Sebastian, and I hope that we could spread love a little more often. I'll see you next week, and stay safe.